What is going on, people? What is going on? Welcome back to the Prem panel show. As you can see, we've got a full house today, and we've got a newbie in the house. My boy Breezy from Amateur Football. What's going on, brother?
I'm all right, Grifty, man. Thank you for having me. I'm here just to make up the numbers. I'm sure I'm gonna get substituted soon.
Nah. Come on.
We don't
Come
do
on.
that, bro. If you
It's
are,
all
you'll be a
love,
super
man.
sub, though. If that's the case, you know what I mean? You'll be a super sub. You know them ones there. So that
And obviously, you see the favourites, you see the regulars, as always. George and Lewis, what's going on, boys?
All good, man.
Needed a break. Glad to have one. The team needed one as well. Hopefully you see a different Chelsea, but big up everyone.
Of course. And obviously, we'll get into all the FA Cup stuff at the end. Obviously, football is going to be back. Currently, guys, I'm going to be doing like a side-eye watch-along. Shout out to anyone who's watching the Cameroon-Egypt game. It's gone to extra time. That was why we are slightly delayed. So big up everyone who's here as well. Mo Salah missed a golden opportunity to go around Onana and actually score a goal. It's one of those ones where the back pass from the Cameroonian defender was so bad that if a goal is scored from it, he can't live with himself. So for his sake, I'm glad that Mo missed. But from Egypt's point of view, it was the biggest opportunity, and Mo just miscontrolled it, and Onana made a great tackle. So that's going into the second half of extra time. So I'm going to keep an eye on that one as well, people. And we're going to start there. We're going to start with the AFCON because it has been a really, really enjoyable tournament. It's had some brilliant games. And it gets a lot of disrespect as well. I don't really even see many people talking about it. Even Sky's coverage hasn't been the best. And it isn't really nice to see that happening. So we're going to shed some love and light on it at the moment. Do you know what I mean? For a moment, sir. We're going to talk about it. We'll chop up, player of the tournament, that kind of thing. Obviously, Lewis had representation with Ethiopia in the tournament. Breezy, obviously, you had Nigeria, and Ghana, you had your representation in there. So I'm going to start with you, Lewis. Obviously, we don't have to go into any details, but just how do you think Ethiopia's tournament was? How did you feel about it? What's the gist, bro?
Just the way we expected it, to be honest. Like, we had hopes of getting past the group stages, but we never really were going to. I think it was a big enough achievement that Ethiopia even made it into the African Cup of Nations. But we did what was expected of us. Let's be real. We didn't win any of our games, but we were never near one of the favourites. So I don't even really feel upset about it. It's just more is what it is, what you expect. Same thing that happened in 2013. But yeah, we move.
Yeah, I mean, as you said though, representing is still great when you're a small football nation. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of similar to say Wales, for an example, where they're a good team, but they don't make it that often. But when they make it, it's just amazing that they're taking part. So it's not even being condescending or disrespectful to say it was still brilliant to see them playing in the tournament, regardless. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just the expectations. Like, there's going to be other countries like we're seeing with Senegal and like we're seeing with Egypt as well. They're going to be looking to win the tournament. I don't think it was the same for us, but it is what it is. Always next time.
Yeah, definitely, man. And obviously with Nigeria having massive expectations, probably maybe top 5, top 6 teams expected to maybe win the tournament prior. Brilliant squad. Breezy, talk to me, man. Perfect group game, group stage, and then talk to me, bruv. I mean,
you know what? Nigeria came into it with high expectations. The Super Eagles definitely didn't fly. Definitely didn't. So I kind of watched the first game against Egypt. Again, we were literally in control of that game.
Brilliant game.
And again, going through the group stages, pretty straightforward. And then we come against a Tunisian team that we should be beating. But again, I think the arrogance and the confidence kind of crept in. And again, we just flattered to deceive. A lot of, European-based footballers now kind of come into the African Nations Cup, think that they're better than what they are. And again, that's the issue at this present moment with the Nigerian team. And again, I know that you're gonna also talk about the Ghanaian side because my mom's Ghanaian and my dad's Nigerian. So hey, I'm kind of mixed. The Ghanaian team, deadwood. Absolutely deadly. I mean, listen. I mean,
say how it is, bro.
Yeah, you know what? Anyone that has Jordan Ayew in their team is dead.
Man, like Jordan Ayew, he's a baller still.
No. He shouldn't be. He should not be playing for Ghana. Trust me, he should not be playing for Ghana. And and again, what it is, especially, okay, so I used to work for a television station, a Nigerian television station, and when Bertie Vogts was actually managing Nigeria, I had the honor to actually go and watch him train, and that was when Obafemi, was kind of still like kicking ball, and again, like the attitude, like you can just see it in the training, sessions. There was no intensity, and just imagine that was over 10, 15 years ago. You can imagine now with the kind of financial packages, with the sponsorships that a lot of these big African players are now getting at their clubs, playing for the national country is, like there's so much turmoil, and there's so much ins and outs. Like a lot of these big players do not want to be playing for the country. Trust me on that. Trust me.
Okay. So a lot of egos kind of going around.
There's too many egos. A lot of people don't actually realize what it is to actually play for Nigeria or like Ghana, or kind of literally to represent in a kind of big tournament like this. It's like a lot of them are just glad to be back in like Europe, at Leicester, at Arsenal, respectively, naming no names.
Okay. I mean, that's good. Some good little insight there, bro. Some things obviously we wouldn't really know. I mean, moving on to some of the movers and the shakers then, obviously in that first game, if anyone had ever said to me Egypt would be in the semi-final, possibly verging on a final, I would have told you no. Nigeria completely controlled them, completely dominated them. So they've done really well. Mo Salah's having a good tournament. Not a brilliant tournament, but he's having a good tournament.
No. If you're under... remember, it's not just about his goals, though. Remember, he's got some important assists as well,
The assist I saw the other day was mad.
Remember, not only that. The reason why I say he's having a very, very good tournament is because even his aura... You remember when I think if I'm not mistaken, in the first game he played up front, then they realized they were like, let's move position. I think he's gone back to the right-hand side. Correct me if I'm wrong, yeah? Bro, he's
playing on the right at the moment, yeah.
Yeah. His fear factor has actually given Egypt an advantage, because when he gets the ball, they just got like 3 man on him. And if he can spot that pass, bro, you see what I'm saying?
No, I agree. I 100% agree with that. He's had a good tournament. I wouldn't say he's had a brilliant tournament, though.
Not brilliant.
He hasn't had a brilliant tournament.
But I would say... You know what I'll say? I'll say it's been a very
under the circumstances. Because obviously again,
Egypt, bro.
Egypt have quite a poor team. But then again, they've got some good individuals. It might be maybe the coaching with Egypt, because they've got some good individuals. They do. They're not. They've got a lot more star names than some of the other players. Do you know what I mean?
No, facts.
So you know what I mean. I mean. But then, obviously, Abubakar is, a lot of people are saying, because statistically he's top goal scorer, whatever, that he's player of the tournament. But I'm not, I'm shameless with it. You lot already know. Sadio Mane is my guy. I'm shameless with it. Player of the tournament by far.
I think the final might make like a big difference as to what happens. Obviously, if Senegal win and Mane's had a big part to do with it, then I think he's like guaranteed.
Mane's having a tournament though. He's having a serious tournament.
Because obviously, if Cameroon was to win it and Abubakar scored another goal or whatever, then obviously people would be like. So I get the argument, but for me, it hasn't even just been the goals, because you lot know I'm not a stat man. If any of you guys have actually been closely watching the way Senegal play, he's been asked to play in so many different positions, and defensively, just like he does for Liverpool, he's been brilliant. So it hasn't just been about his goals and assists. It's been about his tenacity, his leadership. He's not even the captain. Koulibaly's the captain, but he leads by his example. He's always ordering people, shouting at people. He doesn't let people get carried away. When they score goals, he makes sure that everybody's back in shape and ready to defend. He doesn't get carried away with the celebrations and whatnot. And I just think overall, he's just been brilliant. like he has. And again, I know people are going to think I'm being biased, but if you've been watching, you know I'm not gassing him. He's been brilliant. He's had a brilliant tournament. He's been a part of 5 goals. I think it's 2 assists, 3 goals. And they're winning goals. They're important goals. I just think he's been brilliant.
And you know what? That's the reason why Senegal are in the final, because it's a team. Like, you know, yes, there's like Mane there, but you know what? He works part, you know, of a team. While like the other bigger nations, like Ivory Coast, like Ghana and Nigeria that I've spoken about, team of individuals that come together, that like think, okay, you know what? Well, we are playing lesser countries, so hey, you know what? We don't have to take them as seriously and get turned over. So yeah, you know, no,
you're completely right, bro. His professionalism and Senegal's professionalism as a whole has been, we're not taking anybody too lightly. We're going to put 100% effort in every game, and we're going to make sure that we play to the best of our ability. I think they're one of the best managed teams in the league. Do you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't let because for an example, you've got Malang Sarr. You lot know already, especially Matt. Like, I rate Malang Sarr very highly. So I'm like, he's on the bench. But this is all part of the strategy to make sure the people on the pitch are right for the system, not just getting a player on the pitch because he's a better name or a star name or he's a Premier League player. Do you know what I mean? And I just think he's been brilliant. I mean, George, how have you felt about Senegal and Mane's performances?
Yeah, I mean, like, well, I was saying just before that I kind of was on the bandwagon at the beginning, kind of supporting Sierra Leone just to sort of like as the underdogs. But the only team that have like any sort of affiliation with is Senegal, purely because we've now got a player like a 19-year-old Sarr. I think he just comes off the bench now and then. So he's not like a regular player, but yeah, man, I'm happy to see them do well because they've struggled in previous tournaments, right? Or they I don't think, is this the first final for?
No, they're in the last final and they lost.
They lost the
last final. Algeria, another big hitter who went out early.
I know,
yeah,
very surprising.
For real.
I feel like there was like a lot of expectation on teams like Nigeria, Algeria, even Ivory Coast. I thought had like a pretty good team.
Agreed.
And they got knocked out as well. So
definitely.
Oh man, I mean, I'd be happy to see Senegal go all the way and win it. So
yeah, I mean,
Team Mane with you lot.
I mean, obviously at the moment, with the game just closing out, we have no idea who will be in the final. But let's go hypothetical and we can readjust it at the end. Matt, if we have a Mo Salah versus Sadio Mane final, that's emotional, no?
Bro, it's mad emotional because here's the thing, like, both of them are obviously kings of their country. Both having great tournaments, but you could not even arguably say Mane's having a better tournament, but then you could also say Mane's in a better team, I feel, as well.
That is true. But
however, though, just because you're in a better team, you still have to perform to the best of your ability to maximize the team that you have. And that's what Mane is doing. And, you know, for all the people, Drift, you know, that was saying, you know, mad things like Mane's done, should be sold, he's too old. Maybe the Luis Diaz transfer kind of kicked him at the backside. You know, there was there where it's like, oh, what, you man thought you could bring in a left winger, yeah? What, for my position? All right, cool, Klopp and Edwards and Julian Ward. What, you think man's done? All right, let's run it back. Because, bro, I'm going to be real. You run it back. And yes, people can talk about opposition. But let's be real, people. In football, you play what's in front of you and you beat what's in front of you. That's exactly what Sadio Mane has done. So
listen, bro, when he puts on that shirt, and again, I'm shameless with it. I'm fully on the Mane plus thing, especially the way people. Somebody sent me something today. Big up yourself. I can't remember your name, bro. So apologies for forgetting. Mane, I think it was 35 members of like the place where he's from, or something to that effect. Don't quote me on it because I'll have to go back and look again. I've had a lot on my plate today, but I think it was 35 members, or let's just say 35 people. He's flown over for the semi-final, paid for everything.
It was 50.
Was it 50?
Yeah.
And I think apparently he's going to go and do it again for the final.
A lot more for the final, yeah.
We are talking about a guy who already dedicates half his wages to helping where he's from. Yeah. It is unquestionable that this is the most humble footballer when it comes to a superstar level. I mean, the guy was rocking a cracked iPhone because he just didn't think there was any need to go and buy another one.
No disrespect, though, it's between him and Kante. I was saying that.
Yeah, I was going to. But no, but the thing with Kante is that I'm not sure about Kante's background.
Hello, everybody.
So I'd have to go. I'd have to go and check
His
his
match
background
day.
before.
Hello, everybody. Kante, you know.
I mean, I don't know if Lewis knows. I personally would just have to go and look at the backstory in terms of is it as humble as Mane's, and if it is, then fair enough because he's a most humble guy. But I don't know what his upbringing was like in terms of was he as underprivileged as Mane and stuff like that. So I'm just saying, if you come from that,
I'm not too sure underprivileged, but it was definitely humble. I don't know in terms of wealth.
Yeah,
and
no, Kante's just humble, regardless of his
Didn't he drive some like beat wagon or something to training?
Yeah.
No, he got a mini.
Yeah,
he got a
mini,
mini. But it was because he. No, it was because he used to cycle to games and not to games, to training. And then Ranieri was like, "We can't risk injury with you over the winter period," and just said, "Get a car." He just got some makeshift mini.
He got a mini.
That's
legendary, man.
He's different. Kante different. That's
he is. You know, I got love for Kante.
Yeah, but Mane, to be honest, isn't spoken about enough. Like the stuff you're saying about, I heard a story today about him bringing, him paying for travel and everything for about 50 to 100 fans to come in for the Senegal game today, and he's planning on bringing more in for the final. I didn't even know about that until today. There's just little things like that go under the radar.
It does, man. And again, I feel like when we look at his contract situation and the fact that he's one of our lowest paid players, I don't know if George or Lewis know this, but he's actually only on 100 grand a week with bonuses. When you look at the fact that we've got players like Ox and Naby on 130 flat out, and you think what Mane has done for this club, it's actually criminal. It's actually criminal. So, you know what I mean? Like, I love the guy. He's doing wonderfully. I think he's player of the tournament regardless what happens. But if Senegal win, then it's without question. And hopefully he'll be crowned African Player of the Year again. I think he won it in 2019, was it, Matt? Or 2020? I'm trying to remember the last year that Mane won African Player of the Year.
Oh, it was 20... Hold on.
2019, was it?
2019.
Last time he won it. Yeah, so... Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, who would you guys say is the most likely to win the tournament? I mean, obviously we're basically at penalties now, but Cameroon, Egypt, or Senegal. Yeah, it's basically there's only like 30 seconds left.
I'm gonna be bait. I'm tuning in right now. I need to do People find me some super chat. It's because I'm looking at the penalties, but I will read them. Don't worry, I've got you.
Who do you guys think will probably win? Because I mean, Cameroon are the home nation. I mean, that is a lot of help. Like motivationally, do you know what I mean? To have that behind you. So I mean, who we feeling like could win this tournament?
For me, it's Senegal. Right now, Egypt are like the walking wounded. Like they've literally gone through the mill.
They are looking on their feet, Breezy, isn't it? Like,
is it that
like they're on their
Yeah.
They do look like they're on their feet a bit. Yeah, they're exhausted. They've really played well to over. Like, you know, they've used effort to match the skill level because Cameroon skill-wise are probably a better side, but they've used the energy and the effort to match it. And it's actually been quite an even game. Cameroon were a better side in the first half. Egypt were a better side in the second half. And I feel like, obviously, we've been doing the show now, but extra time's been a bit 50-50, although Egypt had a wonderful chance where the ball just flashed across the face and no one was there. But yes, it's going to penalties. So...
Yeah, but well, sorry guys, what channel is it on? Which channel? What's
Sky Football, I think.
Yeah, actually, you know what, and I know that I don't know if we're going to talk about it, but in terms of the coverage of the African nations, I mean, I don't have Sky. I literally had to subscribe to another TV platform, which I spent £35 on. And of course, Nigeria and Ghana got knocked out early. So, you know, it's literally like money well spent. Man. Great, thank you.
I mean, you know what? Let's touch on that just quickly, Breezy, and the rest of the panel as well. Is that something we think we could see in the future, where, as you said, you paid £36 for the tournament? And it just came as a package with the World Cup, with the Euros, with the Copa America. Is this something we might see in the future where it isn't on BBC and ITV and stuff? Do you feel like it'll be a thing where we have to start paying for packages to watch a tournament?
There's been rumours of it. I remember. I always keep hearing about the Netflix of the Premier League that could potentially be coming soon. I keep hearing things start to slowly grow about it. I think we hear about it in the next 5 years. But it's all in speculation right now. But definitely, that's the future of football. It's just the TV companies don't want that right now because that's their money.
Yeah,
They lose all of that.
Yeah,
What do
yeah.
people really use TVs for at this point?
Yeah.
Everything can be streamed. Everything's going to streaming. Eventually, it will be the case.
No, facts. Everything is going to stream it, and I think that's
I
kind of
mean-
like the new wave drift, because I think you obviously you alluded to it, because even like again, and I know this is completely different, but you see, like for example, I don't want to bring it up, but obviously when we went through the craziness of let's say 2020, even up until now, the whole pandemic. Remember, it just goes to show you how easy it is to move things to certain things. For example, all them kickoffs were available to us. Remember, they tried to charge us first, pay-per-view. Then they were like, okay, this ain't gonna work. These man are clued up. And of course, because why we're gonna be paying for some pay-per-view 15-20 pound when it shouldn't be that. So listen, football in general, in my opinion, is going to be going to streaming at some point. Amazon had a big had a decent go of it. Remember, over Christmas and I think maybe a month before, they set a very good example, in my opinion, how it should be done. Their coverage was flawless, great commentary. You had everything that you needed. This is what we kind of need. We need like a package where you pay for it, you can choose. Bit like America, where like it's more like you've got that variety. If you pay for something, you get a bundle rather than what we have right now, because it's split over too much in it. It's too much.
Yeah,
This is the thing. I feel like I
go
was
on,
just gonna say, like, I always wondered like why the Premier League never did it themselves, because I feel like the subscription model is just the way to make the most money nowadays. But then thinking about it, they must have done the economics of like whatever Sky and BT pay them, which is like in the billions. It's bearing in mind if they were to do it themselves, they then would have to pay to have like a proper working streaming setup for all the things and whatever. They must have worked out that them just letting Sky Sports and everyone do it just makes them more money. But I definitely feel like someone like Amazon, they're slowly creeping and getting more and more games every year. And you're right, I agree with you. I think they've had better coverage than BT Sport and Sky over the last couple of years when they do have it. And it's just nice actually having all the games in one place. You can like switch between like a lot easier than on TV and whatnot. And some games aren't even on TV. So,
well, like you know what scares me, and literally, I know that we're in this kind of subscription world now, but growing up, you know, like the tournament football was a very emotional time, because you would be allowed to watch your team or to stay up late, and imagine paying for that. Imagine the common family with all the bills that are going out now, and literally, I don't want to make it's all like a big political thing, but hey, like we know that there's rises coming up. Imagine taking football away from those families that can't afford like Sky TV, like myself. You know, like it's kind of one of those things where it's a very scary thought, paying to watch a World Cup, paying to watch the going to the pub, and then like you gotta click and go to that Amazon app rather than just watching it on ITV or on
yeah.
No,
Massive
it's true. It's
QR code in that.
You know what I mean? You know, so like for like me, like let's just of course the like Prem and like the other leagues, cool. Like okay, subscription based, that's fine. But when it comes to every 4 years, let people just watch TV for free. Let people just sit down and just say, you know what, it's on ITV. Let me go watch Roy Keane batter someone. You know what I'm saying? Like it's cool.
agree.
No, it's real, because the older boys will remember Champions League was on ITV.
Bro.
Hey, I remember that.
You know what I mean?
In the day, bro. Like, but that's
that
when...
was the ones, and then obviously Champions League. Once that wasn't on TV anymore, you knew you had to have Sky. It was like, wow,
that
boy.
was because that again, it's all about advertising, merchandising. It's all about this. That's where, because obviously they looked at it and thought, you know, we can make more money if we make it into a pay subscription model, and that's what Champions League became. Imagine that, yeah. Remember, people only remember this, Drew. Certain man won't know. When Man United, even from back in the day, played Juventus, was it Juventus? No, sorry, Bayern Munich, yeah? That was on ITV, bro. That wasn't on no Sky thing.
Yeah.
That was
100%.
ITV, innit?
Yeah,
that bro, it's
100%.
mad. It's mad
That's
how football's
ITV.
evolved, but...
Yeah.
I mean,
I think...
No, go on, Joe.
I was just gonna say, I think quickly before Amazon take over and put everything, they need to work out how to fix like the lag issues, of the sense that like anything on the internet is always like a minute and a half behind real time. Whereas I think that's the edge that TV has, is that it's pretty much real time. So
that's very true. That's
something. The thing is, that's something that I guess they can't really control, because as a country, I think the UK is kind of behind when it comes to like, I say what? Well, just internet technology, because like like obviously in other countries, like you see like how, for example, the average person might have say I don't know 50 to 100. No, I'm sorry, I'm trying to think. Hold on. Yeah, 50 to 100 megabytes per second. Yeah, as download. Yeah, but in other countries, bro, they get 1 gig. They'll get 500 as like normal. So it's more of a case of, I think
Boubacar scores.
Yeah, I just saw when the country decides to go, okay, we're gonna invest in a bit more. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Virgin are. In fact, let me not even say their name because they're not sponsoring the thing. But anyway, there's one company that's on their thing and they've got 1 gigabyte download. Who I just previously mentioned. They're the only ones that I know.
But bro, let's be honest. Are they not doing that deliberately? Because in terms of economics and pool and whatever, we're not behind, so to speak, like a lot of the other countries, but they've got way better. Is it not on purpose?
No,
maybe
we kind of are. No, not like okay. In main, I don't. It's too long to go into. Oh, that's a penalty, you know. Sorry.
Like hop, skip, and a jump, isn't it?
Yeah, and what's my man's name? Let me what's it? Because he thinks we've forgotten. Froggy, man ain't forgotten. Your super chat is there, bro. Man's gonna read that.
Yeah, we're definitely getting to the super chats, people. Definitely.
Yeah, we're gonna read that, bro. Don't worry, I ain't forgotten you, bro. And neither of Jamrock and Samax Legends, I ain't forgotten you lot either. So don't worry, your super chat is here, and Carl as well.
But anyway, just move. Actually, let's get through the super chats while the penalty shootouts actually happening as well, man. Before we move on to the next topic.
Yeah, calm.
Froggy says, if Senegal don't win it, they'll never will. Piss easy path to the final. #Salah. Do you not agree with that?
Burkina Faso played brilliantly. I think it's very disingenuous to just go, it was easy. I mean, obviously on paper it looks easy, but they played really well. I don't know.
I like think so. I think the Senegal's semi-final, they literally just breezed that. And again, just kind of watching the penalty shootout now. I mean, both teams look absolutely shattered. Definitely, Senegal will definitely be physically fitter. And I think this is definitely Senegal's to lose.
And it'll be a redemption story because we all know what it feels like to lose a final. It's heartbreaking. So to be able to make the following tournament and be back in the final, that was no shade, George. I swear down, that was no shade.
That was shade. Well, you know what? That was shade. That was shade,
There was no shade.
No shade.
I was actually thinking about when we lost to Real Madrid in the Champions League. Genuinely,
I was waiting for you to say, we all know it's like to lose it in the first 20 seconds. Yeah, sure.
There was no shade. But so I feel like it is a bit of a redemption story for Senegal to win it after losing. Do you know what I mean? And they're one of the only top nations who haven't won the Africa Cup of Nations as well, and they deserve to. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's
I feel like
you can't be a nation of that greatness and you haven't won the tournament. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I feel like it's Mane's time, but
it would feel like Italy not ever winning the Euros or something. It'd be weird. It'd be like, no, surely it's about time they won it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, another miss for Cameroon.
975 Amazon, Peacock TV, USA, Paramount Plus, ESPN. I'm guessing Jamal's talking about the rights, isn't it? Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, Jamal, correct me if I'm wrong. Obviously in the States, I know Peacock have it. I know USA have it now because NBC obviously closed down. Paramount Plus, when I have it, ESPN, I know they do have it. So okay, in America, to be fair, you still got quite a few vendors. To be fair, that actually
there's quite a lot of places.
That sounds like a lot of money a month.
But I will say though, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. It probably still works out cheaper than what we have to pay. But Jamrock, correct me if I'm wrong on that, bro, in terms of the UK. So Jamrock, let us know actually. In America, for you to get like your Premier League, Champions League, and maybe say FA Cup, how much would it roughly cost a person? I just want you to let us know because I still think it'll be cheaper than what we're paying right now, and that's no joke. And that's just with the Sky or your BT thing. Samax Legend says Amazon and Netflix will come in with proper money in the billions. Subscription based is the model. EPL on Sky will be no more at best. Cup comps. I kind of agree with that, guys. Like, I don't know if you agree, but I do feel
Amazon.
like...
I mean, come on, Bezos got more money than anybody. So if anybody's going to be able to outbid the rest, it's him, right? And
they're
if you
trying to
look
take
at the
over
way
everything.
And if you look at the way they're moving, if he's got the coverage as well as he does the all or nothings, and more clubs start doing that and it becomes an actual thing, Amazon could literally just own the Premier League. If we're being completely honest, he's got the money to, he's got the power to. And as you said, Matt, would anybody complain when his coverage is so brilliant? Amazon's coverage is brilliant. They do. Like, anyone who's got Ali McCoy, I'm there. Straight up. I'm not.
It does lag a little bit. I will say that. Does lag.
Do you know what? I've heard people say that, you know, Lewis, but I don't really get lag on my.
I was doing a watch along for Chelsea Villa, right? It's lagged the whole build up to Giroud scoring.
Egypt went through.
Egypt won. Breaking. Egypt, they're in the final.
Missed the last 10.
Hold on, it's Salah versus Mane in the final.
It's Salah versus Mane.
It's the final you don't want to see. It's the final.
Liverpool Twitter's going to be peak for you lot. Salah stands be Mane stands all week.
Man.
Salah, you know, in the
Get the Lewandowski Royce gif.
I'm not even going to lie, guys. I'm watching I'm watching the players who missed for Cameroon, and I like the human in me just feels it, man. Where if you're in your home country and you miss the penalty that knocks your country out, that's devastating. That's devastating.
You're right, though. I think they looked shattered when they took them because they were some shocking pens.
You said that.
What are you gonna say, bro?
Yeah, he's the shot. You know what? A question. I mean, Mo Salah didn't actually come up and actually step up to the
No, he didn't have to take his one. Cameroon missed their penalty. Salah they missed to take it.
Yeah.
I was about to ask you, like, did Salah score his penalty?
Was the only one who scored his penalty. So, yeah, they didn't have to... Look at Carlos Queiroz, who won't allow... Hold on, if you get a red card as a manager, are you allowed back in the dugout for the final?
No,
or will Carlos Queiroz be in the stand? He'll have to be in the stand for the final, right?
Yeah. He'll have to be in the stand.
Oh, wow. But no, Lewis, I mean, you was talking about the Amazon watch-along you did, bro. Sorry to cut you.
No. It wasn't even that deep. I was just saying it skipped the whole build-up to a goal in one of the watch-alongs. Just lagged the whole time. So that's the only soft part of it. In terms of like the production quality and everything and the transitions, it's beautiful. It's the best I've seen. I agree with you on that.
I mean, on that then, before we move on, is that the reason why it would be dangerous? Because I was talking with a few people, even my mum, because she was asking me my opinion on stuff. You know, our mums always call us and go, look, technology, I need your opinion. And she was thinking about going to that new Sky where the TV has the Sky in it and you don't need a box anymore.
Sky Glass?
But I said to her, look,
Sky Glass,
internet can go down at any time. I don't think that's a good idea because at least now, if your Sky ever goes down, you can still watch. If your internet ever goes down, so you can still watch Sky because it's not internet based.
They're trying to change that though, Jiff. I will say, even though obviously you know I've had the most amount of problems with a certain provider. I won't name them because again, unless you want to sponsor us, I ain't gonna name you.
But there you go, bro. So imagine if your entire catalog of what you could watch was on that. You're in trouble if it goes down, bro. So is it bad to be internet based only for football?
So here's what I was gonna say. So even though as a country, behind, but yes, obviously we'll get to that point because think about it. If they can bring 5G in, they can bring in faster internet. The money's there. It's just more about priorities. And I think, you know, in the next couple of years, I think we'll see some vast improvements because like I said before, there's companies that can do 1 gigabyte download and I can't remember the upload, but which is more than what you need. So we're getting to that stage where even if you feel like you're lagging, you won't be because your download speed will be so quick and your ping won't.
No, but forget lagging, Matt. Forget lagging. Imagine when your area. Do you remember when you rang me and you went, bro? Do you want to know the joke? No, these guys are trying to tell me that they're not going to be able to fix this problem for 48 to 72 hours.
I know.
So hold on, bro. Champions League final.
I know.
Liverpool versus Chelsea. Champions League final. And your provider calls you and says, we're really sorry, but for the next 48 to 72 hours, you will not have internet in your area. We apologize for the problem. And it's only internet-based we watch football. Imagine, bro.
No, bro. Well, I won't repeat that conversation because, again, unless we're being sponsored.
I think you was about to miss the Man City game or something, if I'm not mistaken. It was a big game that you were going to miss. It was a big game. I was saying to you and Carla that there's a big game and obviously we need to do certain things. And if I can't get
if I can't get this internet, then I'm in the mud in it. But luckily, if I'm not mistaken, I think it came true in the end.
Yeah, I think it did. Yeah, I think it did. Yeah.
But hold on, before we get carried away, this is the last super chat, then we'll move on.
Go to.
Yeah. Carl says, that is the future. Obviously, talking about the subscription model. He said it already happens here in Canada. Premier League equals the zone. Football TV equals other leagues. Sorry, in America, it's still network. So again. Okay, so I guess in America they still got the networks. You're right, because they've got USA Network. They did have NBC USA taken over. There's a couple of other channels. So yeah, I guess in Canada it's probably best based because if I'm not mistaken, it's all on the zone. So yeah.
I mean, literally, I've got one more comment before we move on. And again, I think I'm kind of, again, if like people can remember this, there was a certain media man that tried to take over United back in the day. And like people went up in arms about it, yeah. So imagine one internet provider owning football, and literally we're talking about it as if it's okay. That internet company or what you're gonna call it will control football. Literally, like we should have the same energy to say, hey, hold on, you know what? That doesn't really look that doesn't seem fair. Like there's got to be a bit of a market competition here, because if you control everything, then literally everything's got to go through you, and literally you can hike up the prices, you can do whatever you want. Exactly how certain United fans said like to that media man, nah, you're not controlling our club, because that means you're gonna just control a lot of stuff. We should be thinking about things like that.
No, very fair point. Even like when the government stepped in back in the day with BT, where they were like, look, we can't just have you running everything because it's not fair. You're right. And that would kind of be very similar to what's happening, say, in the gaming world now, where EA have kind of forced Konami to back out, and there's only one football game now. Like literally, it's just FIFA just run things, isn't it? Like there's no other football game now, and if you want to play football on your console, FIFA's like the only one, and it's not really fair, is it? There's no choice. You just have to go with it. So no, you're right, bro. It probably would be quite dangerous for one place to just control everything like that. I just think there's a couple more to get super chats to get through, Matt, before we move on.
A couple more just came in. Before we do that, though, I want to bring in our brother from another mother, and I think you guys might know him. I think his name begins with a C and his surname is an S. Mr. Sanderson.
Evening, boys. Evening.
We move. So,
Cal, Sadio Mo final.
I was about to ask Cal this, you know. How
I'm seeing in the comments. That's heart wrenching still.
It is.
I don't even know if I'm going to be able to watch it, if I'm being completely honest.
I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't mind if that game got cancelled still.
Surely it's a win-win, no matter what.
Nah, it's like seeing both. It's like my kids being in two opposite teams and playing in the final. Someone's coming home.
Yeah, you just choose your favorite, innit?
I'm not gonna lie. That's a nightmare.
You know,
you back the winner, and you say, "Look, you other one, be like him."
It's easy for me. Viva Senegal, Edouard Mendy, and that. Let's go.
Oh yeah,
cool.
Yeah, for you is
you know, Mendy's been brilliant. Mendy's been brilliant. He's only conceded one goal. He's only conceded one goal. He's been brilliant.
Yeah, I can't lie. If Mendy wins this, we might slightly have to run Mendy for Ballon d'Or prop. It all depends on the end of the season.
No, do you know what? If you run Mendy for Ballon d'Or,
you are shameless.
Even though I know it's still a stretch, at least he's got more legs than Jorginho. I can't even front.
Yeah, it does. It has a lot more legs than Jorginho.
Jorginho Ballon d'Or had as much legs as Donnarumma winning the best goalkeeper of the year for having 10 saves in the Euros.
Yeah, that was stupid as well.
That's
true.
We moved. No, that's true. But we want to talk about that certain board, FIFA.
Yeah.
But yeah, we moved.
Yeah. That was. But yeah, let's go through these super chats so we can move.
Yeah, so we can move on. Cool. Ash says Salah versus Mo final. The boys won't be back until really until into game. I would say there's rest at least after the Sunday's final. Great outcome though. Delighted for both of them. Sadio being MVP. Sadio 100%. Has been MVP.
100%. And Ash, just on that, that's why we've got Diaz, baby. We move anyway.
Yeah. 975 Jammer says Premier League, Bundesliga, League One, and Serie A. I'm guessing that's to do with the rights, Jammer. If I'm not mistaken, he's talking about the rights in terms of what they have over there. So,
by the way, that wasn't shade again, George. I feel like everything I'm saying sounds like shade, but it literally isn't.
I'm in tears over here.
Yes, that's like the third time I've accidentally shaded George. It's not on purpose. It's not on purpose.
Guys, I came to have a laugh, and now I'm just holding it.
Eastwood Henderson says US is like $9.99 a month for Peacock app, the odd Prem game, $9.99 a month Paramount app for all Champions League games. Our regular cable has 1 to 2 channels that carries the Prem. So really and truly,
that's not bad though. Like,
that's
20
still
quid for all coverage.
For all the people,
that's like what, £15 a month?
For all the US people that do watch this channel, big at yourself, and even from Canada. Let me give you a bit, just a quick maths, quick insight. If you want to watch Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup, and Carling Cup, you would probably have to fork out around 100 and.
I can tell you right now, £138 a month.
Oh well, there you go. There you go. A month.
A month, not a year. A month.
Let me do a reverse.
You don't understand how much I cry when I see my bank balance say money out, boom, every month. You don't understand it. Like you don't.
If Guardiola was 100%. And if Guardiola was paid, well, he wouldn't pay it, but he would go, we need to replace it. We need to replace it. We have to. It's a must. We have to replace it. And last but not least, 975 Jammer says less than full. No, fam.
Here's the thing though. To flip it, remember, so like boxing and UFC and stuff, they have to pay for pay-per-view. We don't.
But Cal.
No. Cal's got a very good point.
Games we do.
No, hold on, Cal.
Right.
BT have been hitting us up with a couple of UFC pay-per-views recently, bro.
Only the Connor ones. It's only been
Cal. Take your mind. But Cal, take your mind out of UFC. Just think strictly football. I know.
Football, then we're getting squeezed by the,
yeah,
underneath.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah, but wasn't like AJ Usyk like 20 quid or something like that as well? Like the big boxing ones are still pay-per-view.
Yeah, but over in the States it's like $70, $80.
But man said $40, yeah, it's just to watch the football, and we're forking out no.
Anyway, let's bring it back, because we're doing we're used to talking about accounting so much that now we're comfortable talking about it again. So let's bring it back, people. Let's bring it back. George, again, this is absolutely no shade, but this subject only involves you and us, because it's actually quite hilarious.
I said no shade, but George, take it.
No, this is no shade, but this is just hilarious. Now, I don't know if you know, I'm putting myself in darkness. I know you must know about this, but your chairman is now very angry with our owner. He is now very angry.
Director, stop putting up.
Do you want to hear the funniest thing about it?
Just so you know the story, George. Like, apparently he is vexed with us, bro. Like, because apparently they were friends
mid-flight or something, and then like it couldn't go ahead, and not only that as well. Boy.
That's limited. Man said false positives.
Do you know what's even worse? I think we're still in denial, because the in the Bentoncourt agreement, we sent over the agreement with Luis Diaz's name still on there.
Seriously?
No.
Oh my day.
No.
Their agents were.
Love it.
But yeah, apparently Jay Henry and what's your boy's name again? How the hell can I forget?
Levy?
Levy. Apparently they were actually close, and Levy publicly come out and said, "Henry, do one." Like it's getting a bit heated behind the scenes on this one.
I don't know what we expect though, because they wanted 80 million from last year, and we went in for the lowest offer we possibly could without making it look stupid. And then they wonder why you guys like came in next. Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
But it worked though, George. It did work, because you guys brought the price right down, and then we jumped on it.
What for you? We just look like mugs again, going in for the player we're never gonna get.
That's been a rough January for you, man.
Y'all thought y'all was gonna get the deal, huh? Y'all thought you gonna get it. Take up my Amex. You know what I'm saying?
Leave your word about that. Leave your word about nothing.
Take up my Amex.
I'm going to buy Luis Diaz.
That's
You
limited,
ain't
you
going to
know.
do nothing. I worry about nothing. Leave your word about nothing. Leave your word about nothing. Leave your word about nothing.
Well, you know what?
Hey, I didn't want him anyway. Still, yeah,
that rolls perfectly into the next subject matter I want to get into, which is transfers. This is the first time we've all been together since the window's shut. Obviously, when we did our show last week, it was still open for 3-4 days. I mean, Lewis, I'll start with you. Knowing you needed fullbacks, are you disappointed? How are you feeling, bro?
Yeah, that was transfer deadline day to all of you lot. To us, it was just Monday because we already knew nothing was going to happen. I said this before. I didn't even bother streaming on deadline day because what the fuck am I going to talk about? I'll be talking about you lot's transfers or Aubameyang doing his best Odin Wingy impersonation in Barcelona.
Well, we're going to get onto that, bro. We're going to get onto that.
Didn't one of your like journalists like tweet out something like "Go back to work"? Nothing's happening.
Yeah, we already knew nothing was going to happen with us. We needed a left wing back. We couldn't even bring back our own loan player from Lyon, so we decided to get Kennedy back on the cheap, pretend he was going back out on loan, and just put him in the Premier League squad for the rest of the season anyway.
Yeah, that's what they did. Yeah, they brought Kennedy back.
It's just lazy. Our scouting network is so fucking lazy, but it's just whatever, isn't it? We got Mr. Kennedy back and everything like that. It's all good. I don't give a fuck. But the transfer window came and left. It was just boring for us.
I mean, obviously, I'll get back to Lewis after this because I know he's going to want to talk about the Arsenal one. But I'm going to move on to the Tottenham one, obviously. George, in the end, you did get the two boys in. One of your boys also scored on international duty yesterday or the day before as well. How do you actually feel now the dust has settled, bro?
It's an above average window for us. I think the outgoings was great. I'd give that like the best it could have been. We just got rid of all of the lazy midfielders that just weren't given anything to Conte. So I think it's good that they left. But I can't lie, I'm a bit disappointed with the incomings. I think the two that we signed were good, very good signings. Like I'm happy with them, but we needed to do more, man. And we left it all way too late as usual, hoping for deals. Missed out on Traore, which to be honest with you, I don't really care too much about. But the fact that we weren't able to actually get a proper right wing back is annoying because we're stuck with Emerson and Doherty. And even then, like we knew left centre back was a big one. I know it's sometimes tough to get the best players in January, but we had so much time to prepare, man. And it's just we've come out with two Juve players effectively funding their Vlahovic move. So like they were good players. They were good players to sign, and I think they would improve us for sure. But it just wasn't. It wasn't really what we wanted or what we needed. So it was a bit just. Meh. I'm waiting to see what they do. Really,
sounds like you're getting used a lot this window, which is kind. But yeah, go on, girl.
Can I bring you out the shade here, though, George?
Oh, come on, then.
Check it. You got in two players from Juve, which funded the Vlahovic move. Who wanted Vlahovic? Arsenal. 4D chess.
I got you.
4D chess, George.
4D chess.
Yeah, I mean, all right. So let's move on to Arsenal because we've got to talk about the downers of the window. There's no point glorifying Newcastle and Villa, who definitely did the best business this window. I think everybody would agree. Let's just take a moment to look at United and to look at Arsenal, who both did nothing. They were two teams who needed to do something and they didn't. I mean, Man United. I mean, Breezy, but Man United didn't do anything. They stopped. All right, let me ask you this, Breezy, yeah? Newcastle in the future could quite possibly be a massive team. Well, Man United right to lose Lingard for free instead of getting a loan fee, which was probably going to be maybe 3 or 4 million, and having his wages paid for, thinking long-term, if Lingard keeps Newcastle up, they're a team who could overtake us in a few years? Or do you think it was silly and they should have just let him go?
They should have let him go. Lingard doesn't want to be at United. And like, to be honest, United don't really even want Lingard because they literally would be playing him. And actually, funny enough, when you're kind of talking about transfers, I've just wrote down two transfers that like for me were just epic. So the first one was Matt Target to Newcastle.
Very good signing. They needed him.
And Dan Burn to Newcastle. I mean,
okay, so you think they're two big signings for
no,
Newcastle?
literally, I'm taking a piss.
I was thinking. I was thinking
the absolute piss.
Let's go.
Listen. You know what? Everyone keeps talking about Newcastle being this big club, yeah, and they've gone to sign someone on loan, and they've gone to sign Dan Burn. We're like talking about Newcastle. We're talking about Eddie Howe, who's supposed to be a great manager. That's like supposed to be attracting better players, and Trippier's okay, but like he's not a well beater. Matt Target on loan, who's like now like a cast out at Aston Villa.
He's decent though. He's decent.
No, but again, we're talking about Newcastle, the richest club in the world.
I'm gonna get finish what you're gonna say because I got go.
So let's go kind of back to the United case. You know, I don't know what's going on. Actually, you know what? I'm actually, to be honest, I don't give a damn in terms of what's going on at United, actually, to be absolutely honest with you. But however, I think they're in a bit of a turmoil. Letting Van de Beek go, I mean, that's a risky thing. I think, and like also to be fair to Lingard, yeah, Lingard's been at United since like he was about 11, 12, and like in terms of how he played against or played for West Ham, I think it's proved to everyone that like he can still play ball. You know, why like can't he get his biggest payday in his next contract? What literally, why not? But United personally just don't know what they're doing. And long may it continue.
Yeah. Did you see his tweet before though? He tweeted literally just before we went live saying that like the club gave him like leave for personal reasons recently.
Who's this?
Lingard.
Lingard, yeah. Lingard. Yeah, he just tweeted it literally before we went live.
And you're on holiday with Rashford though? Or was he? That's how I thought. Anyway. Remember, because that man took a picture with the goat of Graham, innit? With Esky.
Well, Rashford was with Lingard's kid, wasn't it? Like they took a picture together and stuff. But
yeah, go on, Carl.
Do you think Jesse's been kept because of obviously the situation with another one of their attackers who's obviously
possibly.
No, because
you know like no.
Yeah, different positions, isn't it?
No, it's different.
No.
Lingard had a great second half to his season at West Ham. He was literally in contention to actually get into the England squad at the time. That was the perfect opportunity for him to come back, have a good preseason at United, and like for him to kind of kick. Because again, United have been lacking that kind of like that number 10, that kind of player that can actually break the lines to actually get into the box.
Yeah, that's true.
For whatever reason, Solskjaer didn't really fancy him, and again, we don't know what kind of goes on behind closed doors. But hey, like there must be something there where Lingard's like, okay, you know what, it's cool. Like I'm gonna keep myself fit. People know exactly what I can do. Let me sit back and kind of get my payday. And you know what, fair dues to him because like he seemed like like an honest, decent fella. I know people, kind of mock him in terms of, well, not mock him, but think that he's not a serious person because he likes to play practical jokes and, he's out on socials media. But like players can do that and still perform at the highest level. And I think Lingard has literally proven that. So, you know what? Fair play to Lingard. Like, I hope he kind of gets the move that he deserves.
I can't lie.
And Breezy is a red, by the way, for anyone who's wondering. He's a true red. So,
Liverpool.
Yeah.
That's like Liverpool, not like United.
Liverpool.
Yeah.
I feel like he did stay last summer though because of Ronaldo, because he easily could have had a chance to go back to West Ham and other teams. Yet I don't know. There was just something about him that made him want that Ronaldo move kind of gave false promises for this United team because I thought they were going to challenge for the league along with Chelsea and obviously you guys with City.
Yeah.
But it felt like he kind of stayed for that rather than almost risking it and permanently
to hang out in that. Is that what he's going to do? Is that what he's going to do at 28 years old? Is he just going to stay to hang out?
he clearly thought with his form he'd be able to get back into the team, but realistically, with the players that they had, he wasn't going to. So I don't understand why. Like he chose to stay in the summer, so I don't understand why he did that, because there's just no way he was going to get back into the United team. And then,
I mean, I do kind of
what.
get his love for it, though. I mean, obviously, you've got Kane, we've got Trent, Lewis has got, actually, Lewis has got about 4 or 5 players now that are actually like through and through Chelsea boys. Like, you're gonna want to stay at your boyhood club as long as you can. You are. I guess we do. We underestimate things like that. He is a true Man United boy, so he's going to want to stay there as long as he possibly can. Do you know what I mean? So we got 2. Sorry, Curtis. I can't believe I forgot Curtis. So you're not really going to want to move on. I mean, moving on to Arsenal, Lewis, I'm going to let you go because I know you're on the leash and I know you want to be let off the leash. Arsenal, talk to me, bro.
Before you go in, I've managed to locate the latest team photo of Arsenal.
And they still ain't socially distancing correctly. It can't be asked.
Oh my God.
They're looking strong going into the second half of the season.
Them man are fully in the mud. Pepe's playing false 9, striker, and right back.
I mean, it might not be on the same level in terms of finances, but talk to me, Lewis, because this is almost like when Lukaku did what he did. You lot going, do you know what? You're done. Putting him in the reserves and then in the window, letting somebody have him for free. Now, as I said, financially, it's not the same because you paid more money and it's more recent. But let's talk about this. Aubameyang has gone, and make no mistakes about it, form or not, he is Arsenal's best player by a country mile. And he has left Arsenal for free, because they think it's a celebration that £29 million in wages saved over 18 months is great. Talk to me, Lewis. What are Arsenal doing, bro?
Arsenal are doing Arsenal. We can't really be too surprised by it. First off, we need to talk about their fans. Their fans really need to realise that they are not a big club anymore. These lot getting gassed over the likes of Vlahovic because he put his hands up and apologised to the fans. He wasn't talking to you. I would be talking to you. He said from the start, I want a Champions League club, not a team that can barely even make it into the Conference League, and they think they have a chance of getting this guy. Why? Because they're like 2 games in hand away from being 1 point away from 4th or some bullshit like that. Let's be. And then Alexander Isak coming off an amazing Euros, and then they think he's interested in them. For what? So you can be mediocre and get Arsenalized like every other big talent that went to Arsenal over the last year. Come on, man.
Wow.
Let's be real about it.
That's it, Arsenal.
This fan base took the piss. Their best player in the last 10 years went to Barcelona before the deal was even looking to be completed, just before through. They think they're a serious club. They think they're a serious club because they're very close to top 4 for the first time in years. Let's be real. The last time they were close to 4th place, they bottled it and they finished 5th, and then they got knocked out of the Europa League final and cried about it. These lot don't have the mentality for it. Get top 4 first and then look for quality players. You're not going anywhere near it right now. Look to players closer to your level, especially when you see with the Aubameyang situation as well. They wanted to get rid of him just to save the extra cash. That's all that Arsenal are about. Stan Kroenke's new stadium for the LA Rams, it cost £4 billion. Where do you think a lot of that money came from? Your club. Arsenal are not meant to go anywhere. At the most, they're meant to go to top 4. And that's it. Stan Kroenke's already said he is happy with a top 4 side that makes the Champions League last 16. That is as far as Arsenal will get as a football club. So and everyone knows it as well. So let's just forget that they're a big club, because they are not anymore. They are going down. They are in about 10, 15 years, when their history is really just history. They will basically be not Newcastle United. They'll be Crystal Palace or someone like that. That's who Arsenal will be.
Damn, son. Where'd you hear this?
Damn, son.
Damn, son. Where'd you hear this?
I'm not even going to lie. This might be comment of the day, Arsenalize, a verb to become a dead baller. I'm sorry, but...
We've seen Arsenalization in so many players. Do you not remember how great Lacazette used to be before he joined Arsenal? How great Aubameyang used to be before he joined Arsenal? Granit Xhaka was one of the best midfielders in the Bundesliga before he joined Arsenal. Mustafi was one of the best defenders in the Bundesliga before he joined Arsenal.
Yeah,
Everything
Emmerich
happens
on
when
the
they
wing.
move to Arsenal.
Everything
They
happens
all
for a
decline.
reason.
I mean, let's talk about this. They brought a kit out on the day before the deadline. I mean,
Yeah,
and
no
you
more
can't,
red.
come
and
on,
then they
man,
had
you
no more
can't.
wins.
That's them man there, fam. They're trying to
You can't be mugging off your fan base like that.
It was a TFL
Bro.
seat.
Don't let that
That's all they got to celebrate now.
You can't.
We're the
be
only club
mugging
in
them
London
off
with
like that.
a station named after us. That's all they have now.
Don't let that
I hope
distract
one
you
team
from
goes
the
invincible.
fact.
Then they really will have nothing left, and it will be glorious.
Bruv, don't let
man.
that distract you from the fact of they scored 1 goal in January.
Yeah, they had that fucking
They
that
released as
massive
many
no
kits
more
as
red
they
campaign
scored
and then
goals,
didn't
bro.
win after that.
Oh
That's
my!
bruv, do you know how bad that is? 1 goal in January. Bro,
Arsenal are back.
The white kit.
Arsenal are back.
Seriously.
Out of both competitions, only scored 1 goal.
If you're missing a valuable point, they tried to get the game postponed, bro.
Ah, I forgot about that as well, bro.
How can you score 1 goal in a calendar month? Let me run it back. Hold on.
How can you back out of a North London derby with
There's
1
30
goal?
days. There's 30
George.
There's
Respectfully,
30
George.
sorry.
Tottenham are terrible.
31,
Respectfully, they're terrible.
Sorry,
Hey,
there's
Have a
31
challenge
days.
against them.
This Conte's
Nah,
coming.
you
We put in the
man-
best
you man
form
are
behind Man
deep in it.
City. So
You man
Have
are deep
you?
in it.
Have
yeah,
you?
in the league, yeah.
I'm only
We got
going
like-
off the games we've had, innit? But like off the
I
games
mean,
we've
yeah,
had, like,
who
you
cares,
lot
who
have
cares
been
about
poor.
league? Who cares about
And then
league?
I'm looking at that and I'm like,
No
you
one
lot are
cares about
ducking
it. No one cares
these.
about it. No one
Really?
cares about it.
Bruv, I don't think we're actually deep in it. As Drift, you corrected me, yeah? There's 31, as I say again, 31 days in January. Yeah? That's probably like 29 training sessions. Let's say they don't train every single day. So, they get to, so bear man are putting in work, bear man are getting paid, and what you're getting paid for, only one man could do it in the calendar month. Your club is in the mud. Listen, sack everybody. Your club is done. Hold
They
on.
got rid of
31 days, there's like nearly 30 odd training sessions, and only one man can do what he's paid to do.
But let's not forget, though, they
You
won
gotta
the best
reevaluate.
performance against Man City in the lost trophy,
You
though.
gotta
So at
reevaluate.
least-
30 minutes.
No,
30
Drifty,
minutes.
they learn. They learn.
Nah,
that day.
you got to reevaluate.
They
Now,
learned.
the club-
They did.
the
So
club needs to
George
learn.
and Lewis, just to keep you up to speed, we have a thing here where we say gunner logic. So Arsenal, they either win or they learn. They don't lose games.
They don't learn. They don't learn.
So when
Arsenal, the fan base never learn.
So when Liverpool drew 0-0 at home to Arsenal, Arsenal actually won that game 0-0. When Manchester City beat Arsenal, Arsenal learned 2-1. So
Yeah.
Oh, I get you. I get you.
I got a logic, fam.
My
Gunner logic,
favourite.
and obviously
And-
the gunner
and-
logic stipulates that what you guys aren't deep in is that Aubameyang's left, so they're saving on the wages because they're looking to give Eddie Nketiah and Lacazette new bumper deals because those two are the future of Arsenal Football Club. Bam.
Lacazette.
Eddie Nketiah suits
He's
Arsenal.
going.
Eddie Nketiah suits Arsenal. Do you see his celebration for a 96-minute equaliser against Fulham last season?
Yeah.
Perfectly fits their club like a glove.
Celebration against Sunderland in the League Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Arsenal through and through, innit? Give him the armband. Suits him.
And rumors are actually running rife through the nation right now that the Emirates will officially be changed to the early learning centre. So keep your eye on that one.
My favorite thing was them
No.
celebrating
Why?
Ben White showing some passion when they lost and when they drew to Burnley.
Listen, I need
Oh,
Matt
yeah,
to
they
bring
drew
up,
0-0
I need
against
Matt to
Liverpool,
bring
but
up the
Ben White
picture
got
of,
man of the
Ben
match.
White laughing at Minamino when he missed that goal. Because how did that turn out?
Oh yes, that was
Because how did that turn out?
Arsenal never learn.
Arsenal
Ben White,
combined
sit
forward
down.
this season have
Ben
scored
White, yeah.
14 goals in the Premier League.
But again, sorry,
That is,
Cal?
that is Martinelli, Saka, Lacazette, and Nketiah have scored a total of 14 Premier League goals between them.
Wow.
Wow.
But we celebrate Arsenal because they can finally get results against the shit teams in the league.
What do you
That
mean?
is true.
That's
I'm
their
not
biggest
gonna
growth.
lie.
And I said Arsenal were low-key favourites for top 4 because of the lack of Champions League football. And they're still shit. It's still so shit. When we had no Champions League football, it was a big reason why we dominated the Premier League the way that we did in 16-17. The tempo that we were able to play at because we had one game a week was ridiculous and teams couldn't cope. 1 goal per 380 minutes in January. This club has no European football and no other competitions.
They're in the mud, fam.
They are
So
so
you're telling me
No, it's
they've
real.
got a central
It's-
midfield of Lokonga and Xhaka.
It's so real. I mean, if you look at 13-14, Liverpool came within one game of winning the league because we didn't have European football. Conte blasted the league out the water when Chelsea win under Conte in his first season because they had no European football. And then Arsenal have no European football.
And they're scraping 5th place. Big Arsenal are scraping 5th place, and they're out of the FA Cup and they're out of the Carabao Cup.
I want them in the
Embarrassment
Conference
of an
League.
institution from top to bottom. Disgraceful. But it's sort of glorious to watch for Chelsea fan.
And haven't Kroenke's NFL team just won the conference or something like that as well?
No.
So like,
He
he knows how
knows.
to win. He
He
just doesn't
funnels
know how
money
to win
into
with Arsenal, I guess.
He doesn't
Yeah,
want
he
Arsenal
takes-
to win. He cares
he
more
takes
about the
money
NFL.
out
He
them.
don't care. Yeah.
The new stadium for the LA Rams cost £4 billion. Where do you think most of it came from?
Wow.
And they give
Them
it
lot.
up.
Aubameyang's wages.
All
You
he
know
did
what's
was
the-
win an FA Cup under Anthony Taylor tax from Frank Lampard.
Remember,
And this is what
he
they're
broke Klopp.
overhyping.
Arteta broke Klopp and he broke Pep.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? The irony before we
He
move
couldn't
on,
even
because
break wind, bro.
the irony about this whole thing is that the guy who's kept him in the job, he's ostracized and pushed out. And I think the disrespect right there is on another level. No matter what it is that Aubameyang supposedly has done, I mean, we will never know. It wasn't as public as what Xhaka and a few others have done. And the way he's ostracized him, the way he's pushed out some of the other players as well, like Saliba and Guendouzi and the likes. It's mad. He's definitely got small manager syndrome. No matter which way you look at it, he's got small manager syndrome. So long may it continue. Big up your damn selves, Arsenal. Keep him in a job as long. Arteta in. We already lost Ollie. No more fallen soldiers, yeah?
Yes.
No more fallen soldiers. All right?
Damn right.
Arteta in. Let's go.
That's it.
Is that the one? Yeah, I like that. I like
That's
that. I like that. I like that.
That's liberties.
Oh
the
man!
Prince.
All right. So moving on, because obviously
That process is Windows XP, man.
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh my
it's fucking
god,
awful.
they don't. Do you know what? Yeah, just before we move on, Cal, if you could bring up the fixtures for me, bro, because I think Matt's indisposed at the moment for the FA Cup, because that's what we're going to move on to next year, the weekend fixtures.
Yeah.
If you really deep this situation at Arsenal, though, does it not sound like something that's actually made up? It's so crazy. Like, they're not doing well. Their manager's not good enough, but they're keeping him. They might give him an extension. They let their best player go for free. Everything feels to me like they're deliberately doing this on purpose. Like, this has got to be a sabotage. There's no way this can be real. Surely, like, everything they're doing makes no sense to anybody.
It does, but to Arsenal fans, you have to make a difference. To Arsenal fans, these lot are deluded as fuck, and they will drink any Kool-Aid that the club gives them. Any Kool-Aid. And if not, they'll just make another match show and they'll all go to the megastore and line up and buy that instead. Let's be real, you don't have to do a lot to please these lot. Get an odd result against Tottenham every now and then so they can have something to celebrate. A few results here and there, and they'll all be drinking the Kool-Aid again and singing, "We've got our Arsenal back," because they've got 5 wins in a row. It's easy to please them, and that's why they get away with it so much. Just stat pad an FA Cup or something. They find a way to have a semi-decent part of the season that they can hype up. So they could say, "Oh, since January we were top of the league," or some bullshit like that. Anything to make them feel happy. But they can do it because they're such an easy club to make feel good from the inside out. But if we're a serious club, you're looking at Liverpool, you're looking at Chelsea, you look at this club and you think, what the fuck are you lot doing? the fuck are you not doing?
George caught a stray there, boy.
Oh wait, I don't
This disrespect is mad. No, guys, I've got to shoot. I've got to shoot.
Yeah,
guys. And that,
Yeah,
that
big
word
up,
you
big
did-
up, bro, big up.
Still.
But people, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Come on, it's vibes tonight, people. So make sure, yeah. All right, people. I'm
Love,
out.
bro. Big
Yeah,
up, man.
bless,
Big
man.
up
Love
as
guys,
always.
love guys. Support
Yeah.
the as well, people. Come on, man. Smash the like button, people. You know what
I'm
saying?
not even gonna lie, George. I do apologize. I feel responsible for the amount of strays you've caught today. Sorry, bro. Like
This was meant
George
to
is
be
just
about
catching
Arsenal.
strays all show, boy.
Well, I heard through the grapevine that Amazon give them a cheeky little bonus if they get a certain amount of viewership. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're tanking it.
But here's the
themselves.
thing:
Oh, wow.
I don't think Amazon were prepared for this. But did they have a cameraman in Barcelona, bro?
Bro, anyhow, they've got a cameraman in
They got a
Barcelona.
cameraman in the
Oh
back of
my God.
Aubameyang's car waiting for him.
They said
Aubameyang's-
that to be on the
Aubameyang's
blower
got
being
his
like,
shades.
can we get
He's got
someone
his
in
hair up
Barcelona
like
now? Can we
this,
get
he's
someone
ready.
now? They're captains over there. They're club captains over there. Can we get somewhere there
But does
now?
Spain have Amazon? Because if they do, Bezos definitely got a cameraman who waited for Aubameyang.
Oh, bro.
They got that Conor McGregor walk coming through the training ground.
Oh my God, this
You
is
know what?
just mad. This is
You know
just
what's
mad.
it's going to be kind of interesting when like Saka and Smith Rowe probably have a stronger voice to actually say, you know what, yeah, we're kind of committed to Arsenal, or literally when kind of contract renewals and negotiations kind of going on, and we're looking around and thinking, you know what, this is not really the type of club I want to be at, because again, like where's the Champions League, where's the kind of Premier League, where's the status that I deserve as a player, like. Yeah, cool. Like they're kind of young now, and like we're kind of still kind of in that kind of career development period. But like when they're kind of a little bit older, when they think, okay, you know what, it's time for me to kick on. I don't think Arsenal's going to be the like club for them.
I promise you, 5 years they'll both be at Man City. 5 years.
Well, here's the thing. First of all, that thing that I posted in the group today that you saw, that's absolutely hilarious, is in Lacazette's farewell, he actually said, "See you soon, brother." I'm sorry.
Winky face as well.
With a winky face.
With a winky face.
So we already know Lacazette might be going to Barca for free in the summer, straight out the bat. Man's got no shame, no nothing. Martinelli's got 2.5 years, and Saka has got 2.5 years, and I think Emil Smith-Rowe's got 2.5 years, if I'm not mistaken. So their contracts are getting to the point where squeaky bum time for Arsenal as well. Look, if they lose their best youngsters, Klopp has already made it very clear he likes Martinelli. I'm all for that because Martinelli's a baller. I'll take him. Yeah. And Saka and Emil Smith-Rowe are no mugs. Smith-Rowe's going to remember all those loans, all those times he was dashed out and he was treated like he weren't good enough. Look, it could be. Like, all I'm saying is,
He's dropping him for Odegaard at the moment. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Put it like this, guys. I'm not going to say any names, but I'm in a group where I heard somebody say, you know what, guys? Why don't we just play Pepe up front? Arguably, his finishing is better than Aubameyang. And I'm not bullshitting. Pepe.
Where'd they plant that one from? Like that?
I think Lewis said it best. I don't think it's hard to please them. That's all I'm saying. So let's move on because it's borderline and bullying now. Let's move on. Let's move on to the FA Cup. Obviously, we've got the FA Cup coming up at the weekend. All our teams are in action. So let's do a little preview for the FA Cup. Football's coming back. It's gonna be a wonderful thing. So, Cal, if you could bring up the fixtures for me, please, bro, for this coming weekend. Yeah, Pepe was 75 million. That's mad.
All right. So, Man United versus Middlesbrough.
Let's just run through them. So, Man United, Middlesbrough, guys. What we saying? I'm gonna say Man United. I'm gonna say Man United.
Yeah. That's United.
Kidderminster, West Ham.
Oh,
I
want an FA Cup upset,
yeah, me
man.
too.
I want it.
Me too as well.
No, but it's got to be. West Ham have been in a bit of poor form, though, haven't they? They've got to rediscover their form, to be fair. But surely they'll do it against Kidderminster. Come on.
Kidderminster at home versus Plymouth. Definitely Plymouth. What?
Lewis, talk to me. Obviously, we're talking Chelsea. This is a walk in the park, bro. Surely. You there, bro?
You're muted.
You
by the
might be
way.
on mute, bro. You might be on mute.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry. Yeah, I don't really know what to say too much on this. I want to see a similar team from the Chesterfield game, but it should just be a walkthrough. And if we even make this game hard, then I'm asking a lot of questions to the team. Plymouth will give us a fight, definitely, but it should be a walk in the park. Let's be real.
Yeah.
100%.
You know what? I think we've got the toughest game of the weekend, probably.
Yeah, you got Brighton. Yeah,
Brighton
definitely.
at home.
Is it
That's
home or
no
away?
walkabout home, which is a slight
Okay.
advantage. But they've been so good this season.
That is a very, very difficult game. Let's not get it twisted. Brighton are a tricky game. I think they've
got
drawn
double the
twice.
away end too.
They've drawn twice with Chelsea. They've drawn at
think
Anfield with us this season. Well, what are your previous results against them, George?
We haven't played them yet because it was postponed.
Oh,
I think.
Okay. So
we've
it's the
we've got to
unknown
play them
as well
3
for
times
you
now.
guys at the moment.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I think defensively they've been incredible, but they don't really score a lot. They're getting great results because they're drawing against some top teams and whatnot, but they can't score that many goals. And when they do, it's all like 96th minute Morpay overhead kick winners sort of thing.
Yeah,
So
is this a good point? Will they be concentrating on their Premier League to the point where they'll probably actually put a weaker team up for the FA Cup, do you think?
You know, I don't think these sort of teams do that though. I feel like that happens just more with like the bigger teams. I've got the bigger squads. I feel like for teams like Brighton, they want to have good FA Cup runs. And I think especially if you're coming to Spurs and whatnot, it's not like it's an easy like walkover game or something. I think they'll put out their like best team because they don't have another game until next weekend anyway, so they might as well. So I think it'll be. I think it'll be just as. I think it'll literally be just as difficult as like a Prem game would be.
Yeah, that is true. Fulham, can they cause an upset? Carvalho, the rumours are it's done, people. The rumours are it's done. We'll move. I mean, can Fulham cause an upset?
No. Pep ain't gonna have that.
No, see.
No.
After going out of the Carabao Cup, he's probably going to go ham to win this cup, isn't it?
By far.
There was a because I watched City's previous game. I can't remember who like they were playing in the FA Cup, and they had the winger. He was like playing on the left. Was he playing? No, he was playing on the right, but like he was all left foot. I don't know his name. But
was
like,
it Liam Delap? I don't know
yeah, mate, like
might have been him.
He looks. I mean, again, like the potential's there. You know, like he's kind of got that swagger, and I'm thinking to myself, he's got a good chance, and you know, he kind of talks a good game as well. Like he kind of, you know, and he didn't look out of place. He didn't look out of place in that City side. Yeah,
do you know what?
The chat was right. It's Palmer, by the way, not Liam Delap.
But you know, I know this is a little bit of a tangent, but George, talk to me. I actually think Gil looks like a brilliant young player. Why have you not kept him in your squad, bro?
Oh, we don't. Well, I think the problem is, right, I was happy for him to go on loan, but I wanted it to be a Premier League team because I want him to learn about the physicality of the league and like just get used to playing these sort of teams. Because at the end of the day, like he ain't going to learn much more than he already has from the Liga. But he looked very, very, very good on his debut. Like completed the most dribbles of anyone in the league this year. And, like,
bro, I'm not going to lie. You know when players just got it? I'm going to be honest. Yeah. Gil has got it. Like I saw him come on for Spurs a few times this season, and I was like, yo, this kid's got it. Yeah, you can just tell, bro.
This is the thing, though. The annoying thing is, like, he came on. What was it? The Chelsea, in the League Cup first leg when we were playing at Pulisic. Yeah, he looked great, but he only had 5 minutes of the game. Like, if that, like, you're never going to get too much out of it. And yet he still managed to spun Pulisic and actually put our best chance of the whole game on a platter for Lo Celso, I think it was, who just couldn't score because he's terrible. But I think the problem is because we've just got the league and the FA Cup. I think Conte is just going to go all out serious, just play first team non-stop, and he wasn't getting a lot of minutes anyway. So I think a loan was a smart thing to do. I just would rather it have been to like a Prem team, like a, I don't even know. But like a Crystal Palace type team.
I don't know the ins and outs of your side, but for me, he looks like a baller, man. And I would have thought Conte would have been to just keep him around, man. I think he could have done something for you this season. But
I think he could just do the minutes, to be honest with you. Like just because he trust me, he won't get a lot if he stayed with us for the rest of this season. Plus, he's only young. He's like what 20. They call him
but he's got it, man.
Mini Cruyff. He's
he's got it. I don't know if many people in the chat or any of you guys know, but Gil he's got it, man. He looks like a good player, man. I think he's got it. So
I think
was
we
quite
need to
surprised.
stick him on that Bale Real Madrid or Goretzka Bayern Munich sort of diet.
Yeah,
Beef
that
him up a
Bayern
little
Munich
bit.
diet's different.
Yeah, if we get him on. I thought Alfonso Davis did it like last year, and I was like, "What on earth? What are they feeding these man? It's ridiculous." If we can get him on one of those sort of regimes, I think you can tear shit up. But at the moment, yeah, he probably is a little bit too weak.
You know what? You know, I like, you know, tell you something for like free. Just take Gil over to my parents' house, man. It's yam, boiled plantain, dumpling, pepper soup. Trust me, like it'll be all right.
Yeah, no, it's true. And put him on that hard food diet, innit? Like straight up. You know what I mean? But yeah, moving on. Some of the other big fixtures. I mean, Wolves, Norwich. That's a big game in the FA Cup. 2 Premier League teams. That's the Premier League clash.
We'll do it that easy, I reckon. You know.
Yeah, I mean Everton, Lampard, Brentford. I mean,
you know,
come on,
you
Lampard.
know, you
Come on,
know,
Ericsson.
I think Everton. I think Everton are going to be a dark horse in this competition because again, I think Lampard's gonna really kind of get Everton playing. He is a good coach, you know.
Really?
Best manager in Merseyside.
I think he's going to get.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
Look, listen. All I'm saying is, if you look at the position they're in the table right now, Agent Rafa is on smoke, right? If they get relegated, we're building a Rafa Benitez statue. Standard. I don't care what anybody says. Like straight up. And just to touch on that again, obviously he keeps coming back to Tottenham. Dele Alli. I got emotional watching that leaving video. I don't know if any of you lot have seen the video from Dele Alli when he left.
I definitely didn't. I saw that goal against us when they beat us at the bridge. Hell no. Hell no.
No, obviously, I know Lewis ain't got no love for them, but
he went for?
it's going to be 40 mil if everything goes well. So it's free at the beginning, and then there's loads of add-ons that start to make it add up.
So Levy pulled off a businessman masterclass with this deal, which I actually don't like, to be honest with you, because I think it's a bit dishonest and a bit shady. But basically, when we signed it from MK Dons, he has a 20% sell-on fee. So Levy, in order to wriggle his way around and not giving them 8 million, decided that he's going to sell him for free, but he gets bonuses for a certain amount of appearances over the next 2.5 years. So it's like it's 10 million every 20 appearances you get.
You just shake them K-tons like that.
Levy is a gun, man, you know. I'm sorry.
Well, the MK Dons lot are like, yeah, they're gonna sell Delhi. What?
Bonuses. The thing is, he was valued at like 100 mil when we were at our peak a few years back, and now they must be crying.
Wow.
That is mad. Wow. But you want to know what? This is what's really, really bad about that. MK Dons could do with the money. And like to shaft the team like MK Dons. I can imagine if this was at like Liverpool or Man United that were going to get the transfer fee and Levy just pulled a fast one. But to shaft MK Dons, you've got no morals, man. Like that's
Tottenham, innit?
Man.
Levy just went.
Levy, you know.
This is business.
He saw the check going out. 8 million. What?
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like that's got to be a little bit of J-Dub in there as well. He's
Henry's sitting there. Oh, what a masterstroke! We gotta do that soon. Hey, LeBron, you see what Daniel did over there? We gotta do that. I told you. You make him mad. He comes up with a masterclass. I gotta rate it.
I like that. I
like that. Like bloody hell, man, that is crazy. But look, we'll see what happens with Everton. I mean, any other fixtures stand out for you boys? Obviously, we've got Cardiff. I don't know if I would say that's a difficult game. We don't know what team's going to play, but we should navigate Cardiff, surely.
Forest,
I was going to say Forest, Leicester.
Forest, Leicester. That's a Midland.
That's
a Midlands derby.
Yeah.
It's a derby,
yeah. I mean, Leicester, man. What's going on with Leicester's form? It's.
I would love Nottingham just to pull one over for them once, because they don't normally do it well. It's always been trash against them. But I went to Notts Uni, so
Okay, so you got a little allegiance. I mean, I think,
and to be fair, I actually got family that live there and they support Nottingham Forest, so it's sort of like a family-run team. So I want them to do well.
fair dues, man. But yeah, it's I mean, score prediction just quickly for each individual team that we got coming up. So, Lewis, what do you think your score will be against them, bro?
Against Plymouth.
Yeah.
Probably 3-0. Let's go 3-0.
Cool. Breezy, Liverpool, Cardiff. What's your score prediction for that one, bro?
I'm gonna say 3-1. And also as well, we're like playing on the 6th of February. That's the African Nations Cup final day as well.
Yeah. So it's a big day for Liverpool all round, bro.
Big day for Liverpool all round.
Big day for Liverpool all round.
Because that'll be in the evening, right? Probably.
Yeah.
The AFCON game will be in the evening. Yeah, we're 2 o'clock kickoff. Yeah, 2 o'clock. Yeah, 2 o'clock.
Home win, definitely. Yeah.
Home win. Yeah. George, I think you lot will go at the weekend, bro. What's your score prediction?
I think it's going to be tough. I think I'm looking forward to seeing because Kulusevski should definitely play. I don't know if he'll start, but he should definitely play in that game. Luckily, Son's back. Romero's back. So I'm so excited to see Romero back in the team. And to be honest with you, apart from Chelsea, like we've been defensively sound since Conte's come in. So I'm given that, like I said before, I don't think Brian can score that many goals. I'm hoping we can keep a clean sheet, but I don't think we'll score many past them either. So I'm going to say a 1-0 win for us.
Okay, and Cal, just quick. I mean, actually, no, Cal, we'll leave that because we've got the preview coming up. So I'll leave your score prediction. But yeah, some super chats, Cal. If you could get through the super chats for me, please, bro.
Cool. All right, so Ash says J-Dub was like, what are they smoking down at the lane?
Got that Tottenham.
Edward says Salah versus Mane, the winner gets a contract extension. We shouldn't even joke like that.
I know. We shouldn't
even joke like that. Ash says Sadio v Mo final. Those boys won't be back now, really, until the Inter game. I would say there's. Oh no, we've read that one.
When is the Inter game for you guys? Is it in a week and a half?
Yeah, something like that.
Surely they'll be back for next week, though, right? If
I think so.
They're finishing on Sunday. They've got plenty of time to come back and.
Yeah, I reckon they might get. They'll probably make sub appearances. I don't think they'll start the games.
No.
Jamrock says Burnley made a very good signing with Weghorst. Yeah, they have, to be fair. They have good player. Better than Chris.
We wanted him. We wanted him last summer, so I'm kind of.
Yeah, we wanted him a couple of years back as well. Way better than Chris Wood.
Sorry. So Chris Wood has gone to
Newcastle.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That was Newcastle pulling a fast one. Kat Sunday said, "Did you see Bruno Guimaraes announcement on video on Twitter?" Yep, absolutely shaded Arsenal. You love to see it. Pep the Fraud says, rival fans, who do you hate more, Salah or Mane? Honestly, George, I'll go to you first.
Salah just for the final. It wasn't just a pen. It's the way he went into our crowd right in front of my eyes. And just flashback nightmares. Move on.
What about you, Lewis?
Who do I hate more out of Salah and Mane? Oh, it has to be Mane. Salah, I'm not even really that fussed about. Ex-Chelsea and all of that. And he only really celebrated that screamer, and fair enough. I don't even care about celebrating goals against your ex-club unless you celebrate in front of the fans. Mane, though, he's a cheeky little one. I like his shithousery because he's very sus about it. He doesn't really do it in a bait way. But he's a little prick, you know. So
hey, Lewis, less of that. That's my boy, bro.
I like it though. It's like with Diego Costa. You'd have been like, he's a little bit of a prick too, but I gotta rate the shit out.
I say worse about Costa. I'm not gonna lie. I say worse about Costa.
I don't blame you, to be fair. He's more bait.
Costa was like about half an hour, and we were saying how he gives half his wages to like people over.
And then Lewis just comes in and goes, "Yeah, he's a bit of a prick, you know." Still,
no, but same thing with Son. Son's a bit nice, but I remember that kick he gave Rudiger a few years ago. Yeah. I still got my eye on him too. But then again, Kante also nearly broke Danny Rose's leg a few years back.
There you go.
We all got a little mean as well, right?
We all got it.
Sam Max Legend says, wouldn't be surprised if Van der Beek balls out at Everton. Also, Rashford and Lingard being wasted at United, just like food in the hospitality buffets. Yeah.
I might
really
let you
are.
know, just to touch on that just quickly, Van der Beek, there's got to be a real reason at Man United that's like beyond football, right? Because he's a baller. How have two managers now in a row just ostracized him? It's really strange. It's really strange. I mean,
I think the first one it wasn't even a social signing, right? I think Man United just did it to appease fans. And he was like, well, you've got me a player I don't want to use because I'm going to play Bruno ahead of him all day long. And then with Ranić's 4-2-2-2 system, he doesn't play in that either because the way they do it, they do two like quite wide men of like where the attacking midfielder would be. So he just doesn't fit anywhere in like any of their systems. So it's a bit of a strange move.
Yeah, I think he'll do well at Everton.
Yeah,
I wanted him as like our Ali replacement from Ajax.
Yeah, he'd have been good
that was
for
when
you guys.
Ali was going down. Like Bergman even tried to tell him, like, listen, come ends, but.
I would even say your Eriksen replacement, George. I think he could have played the Eriksen role for you guys. So he could have even been Eriksen's replacement.
I do feel like he's a bit more like Dele though at the time. At the time, he was also sort of this like shadow striker sort of attacking mid. He wasn't necessarily pulling up the assist the way Eriksen does, but he could have been, like, depending on how he played.
I mean, literally, imagine kind of going to training at United and Van der Beek knowing that you're not gonna start every time, and like the players looking at him, and again, like sometimes in a like changing room, like you can kind of look around and literally you can feed off people's energy, and like sometimes if an elite player's energy is off, it's different, isn't it? Because literally, like it's I'm saying it's just a different level. And literally, Van der Beek's energy at United was just, he was like seriously, like, why am I here? Like, I'd rather just be at home, eating my sugar puffs, and just kind of thinking, you know what, boy, like,
have you not ever been? I mean, we must have all been there. There's a night out that you've gone on, and before it, you said to yourself, I ain't going out. I'm staying in. I can't be bothered. I don't even feel that well. And your boy's just entice you. Come, man. You got to come out. And 2 hours later, you're standing in the corner. There's 10 people in the rave. It's the deadest rave. You paid £10 to get in. They said, why the fuck did I come out? I knew I should have stayed at home.
Every night as a uni student in London. Every night.
Van der Beek is going through that exact emotion every single day. Why did I come to this club? What on
what's annoying as well? People have forgotten how good he is as well, and how good he was for Ajax, because he just hasn't played in like 2 years.
They have.
It's such a waste.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. He will do well. He will do well.
I think he will as well.
Yeah.
But now he's got to fight with Dele for the spot though, which is going to be a bit interesting, unless he plays both.
No, they're going to play Dele Alli up front. Watch, 100%.
I think they'll play him like a left of a three behind striker, maybe.
Like an inside forward.
He did that a lot for us back in the Poch days, because it was. No, he was on the right. Sorry for us, but a lot of his time was on the left as well, because it was him, Son, and Eriksen were like interchanging in the three behind Kane. So I reckon he could do a similar thing there.
It'll be interesting, man.
Yeah, it will be.
Eastwood Henderson says, can someone locate Gunnar Lee? # Pepe celebration pose. Lee's in hiding. As I said to Lee, if he doesn't come back on the stream, I'm going to call him on Instagram and I'm going to hound him. I'm going to absolutely hound him. Promo said, thoughts on Saka links, boys? Yeah, I take you guys know I'm a fan of Saka. I take him in a heartbeat.
Yeah, as long as he can shake off the Arsenal effect the way Ox did, then I'm all for it.
Ox shook it off.
Yeah, but Ox is a very strong character. I'm not sure what Saka's character's like.
No, Saka's strong, and he's not as immersed in it as Ox was.
No, I don't know, man. Ox remembers some good times. What the hell was Saka remember, bro?
You know what I mean? Diaz, Saka, Jota.
Remember good times?
Mane, Salah from here?
Yeah, Ox was at Arsenal when at least they were a bit more of they were less of an embarrassment.
What, getting packed out by Bayern Munich every season?
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, they were less of an embarrassment when Ox was there than they are now. Come on, let's be real.
The embarrassment's just changed, bro. I think it's always been a heightened drift. I'm not gonna lie.
And like with like Ox, like his like family are all in like football. I think his dad was a footballer or something. So like literally, like there's a different mentality with. Well, I don't know about Saka's mentality, but I think if like Liverpool did inquire, probably the next year or two, hey, like I think his head will definitely be like turned. But again, it all depends on what Arsenal do from like now until 2023/4.
Remember, Saka signed a new deal under Arteta, so I'm still very suspect.
That doesn't mean anything. Like these like contracts are just like flipping.
No, but what I mean is, if you sign your life to Arsenal for the next 4 or 5 years under Arteta, it's very suspect as to what your ambition is. But again, we'll talk about Saka another day.
But if they come 8th again or something, Arteta gets the sack. They don't know who they're getting in.
Arteta's getting a new contract, George. Come on.
I hope so.
I love that.
BC says, if Salah wins AFCON, does he win Ballon d'Or? No.
He should do, though.
Well, he would have to win Champions League. To also do that.
But that's where the disrespect comes in, because Messi winning the Copa America got him the Ballon d'Or. So why does AFCON not hold the same weight?
Because Messi, bro.
Very true.
We know how this is set up.
I don't know if this is a stupid question. I just don't know the answer. 1, have Egypt already qualified for the World Cup? 2, does the winner of AFCON automatically qualify for the World Cup in Qatar?
Egypt actually haven't qualified. Apparently, Senegal and Egypt are in the playoff to make the World Cup.
Yeah, they're meant to be playing each other.
Yeah, so they've got.
George has got a point, because if the AFCON winner automatically gets in, then it means the other one will just get in automatically, right? Surely.
I don't know if the winner automatically gets in. Is that how it works?
I don't know.
It should do, innit? Yeah, surely it should.
Your friendliest final ever. We lost in the World Cup. Oh well.
Do you know what? That's a fair point, actually, Carl, because there's no point playing the playoff if you know a club is already. Oh no, they don't. John is saying they don't.
Wow, so one team could effectively win AFCON and knock the other one out of the World Cup still as well. So
that's rude. That's for Liverpool boys as well. Ooh.
You know, I've got a question to ask Breezy and Carl after this. So yeah, let's get through the rest of the super chat.
So James says Vincent Abubakar's comments about Salah was basically him saying, "I know nothing about football without saying it. Mo Salah is the best in the world." I need to see that interview.
It was quite funny. It was like, are you being shady? Are you being real? Like, what are you saying? Like,
he learned from Pep. You know, when Pep bigs up the manager from the other team before every single game just to smack him. He's just done that. Tried his hardest to do that, and it just didn't work.
Jamrock says SoFi Stadium will host the 2022 Super Bowl and 20 OLY. I'm not sure what that means. OLY.
Yeah, I'm not. Olympics?
Oh, Olympics,
Olympics? But
Olympics. What? Okay, wow.
20 Olympics. And 20 Olympics.
I'm guessing, is the SoFi Stadium the LA Rams Stadium? Then,
it must be the Kroenkes,
Yeah.
Zabiri says, how long will it take for Lampard to realise coaching isn't for everyone? He's getting back in the Championship for no sign of returning to the Premier League. If Everton get relegated,
Lampard's taking Everton to a solid 6th place, and I'm not sure how much higher.
I don't know about that.
All I'm saying, if Liverpool win the league by miracle or Champions League and Everton get relegated in the same season, I'm moving up to Merseyside. I'm getting some sort of rental over there, an Airbnb for a year, and I am gonna live it up.
And every single day, at whatever the time was, it was confirmed Everton were relegated. I'm going on the roof and I'm doing a.
Says, Arteta's such a micromanager. I reckon he's one of those guys who has a weekly planner of when him and his wife have time together.
Oh, bloody hell.
Sorry,
you're on top. Oh, sick.
That is harsh. Oh,
no, that is harsh. That is harsh.
You are early. You are early. You're too early.
You did not finish.
You guys are vicious on here, man. You guys are
The Kopish community is undefeated, Breezy. I'm telling you, bro. They've got no chill.
Issa says, poor Georgie. I think that was when Lewis gave
yeah,
a
that was
bit
when I
of
was catching the
shade.
shade.
Yeah, it's when he caught a couple of strays.
My bad, man.
Lewis just went in the club and went.
I'm not
Accidentally
getting
got both North London clubs.
I'm not getting
That's
any
cool.
tan with this shade I'm getting today. It's just horrendous.
Apparently, according to Lynch and on the Anfield Watch, Carvalho deal is confirmed. Ash says,
Yeah, I've heard behind the scenes that it's confirmed as well. So I think we can look forward to Carvalho, guys.
Rude Boy LFC says, random question for Drifty. With approximately 16 games left in the league, which team would be the biggest disappointment if they weren't to get top 4?
Man United, without a shadow of a doubt. I heard people telling me this club was going to be in a... And to be fair, I drank the Kool-Aid. It was blackberry flavoured. And I really thought that Man United were going to be in the title race.
Me a little bit because I said
I thought they were as well.
Yeah, I was annoyed
I'd
with
say
you.
I
was.
I said fourth place.
Yeah, I drank the Kool-Aid, and I think if you've got that squad and you've got CR7th and you don't finish top 4, that is a massive L.
Can I be real? I was the one saying at the start of the season I thought United don't make top 4, and it wasn't because of the squad, it was because Ollie was in charge. I was like, I don't care if they have Ronaldo, Varane, whoever you bring. Ollie is not going to make them into a serious team.
I do remember Lewis saying that. I do.
Yeah, but now even in spite of Ollie being sacked, the team's still wank. So I still don't think they're going to make top 4. Like, for me, the dark horses were Arsenal. Now I'm low-key looking towards Tottenham because I do think Conte might be the one who, when he actually instills his plan, he could actually do something with them.
I mean, we win all our games in hand. We go 1 point above you. I'm just saying.
You know what? The top
Is it like that?
The top 4 race is tasty.
Wait, what?
If we win all our games in hand, we go above you by 1 point still.
No. Let me check the table.
I'm almost certain that's the case.
Sorry, what?
You know, George just...
I thought you were behind. I thought I was winning. Change that. No, what the fuck?
You've been catching draws lately.
No.
George,
So 20,
George did a John Wick, bruv, just
4
snuck up
games.
behind him.
Yeah, bro.
39, 42, 45. Yo, what the fuck? He's actually a point in front of us. What the fuck have we done over the last month and a half that we've allowed this? Do you see why I've been coming onto these streams pissed off? We've allowed Tottenham with like Nuno tax for the last 2.5 months catch up to us.
What can I say?
No, look, this top 4 race is tasty.
Conte does what Conte does.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be
I ain't even going to slander him.
Big up to a gal in the chat as well, EGTV.
Big up
everyone has issues. We all have issues at our club.
Arsenal ain't talking about issues, my guy.
Arsenal's issues make everyone else's issues seem all right. That's what their job is for.
100%.
I said, this is Arteta to Arteta. You don't have the capacity.
Savage.
Zabiri says, Lewis, what are your thoughts on the car crash? Chelsea still title
The
contenders.
car crash, that's a new one. I have to respect it.
Did anyone see Roma mug it on TikTok with their
yeah,
the post on
they're violating, but you can hold that.
La caca.
To be fair to Lewis, he stopped defending Lukaku a long time ago. But yeah, go on, Lewis. What are you saying about it?
Do you think they're still title contenders, Lewis? And George, do you think you'll scrape?
Oh, title contender? Hell no. We're done with that. We're in this little limbo area where I still say, even in spite of Tottenham overtaking us with a point, because I can't lie, I do think there'll still be points dropped sooner or later. But we should not be in this top 4 race. If we are in a top 4 race come April, I'm going to be utterly embarrassed with what we've done to ourselves throughout the season because we should be nowhere near it. So title contenders is done and all of that. Lukaku, he first came back, bagged 2 in 2 and 2 man of the match awards, and then the interview dropped. And the confidence completely drained. I will give him that one defense that he's been poor because he's on low confidence. But it's his words that did it to himself. So I don't really care too much. You dug yourself the hole, you get yourself out of it. You're the one who's saying you only came back for the money or stuff. You want to be a mercenary? Cool. We'll treat you like a mercenary. Bag goals and assists, or I don't care. I don't want to hear it. Start scoring. You only bagged 1 against Chesterfield, and you missed 3 big chances in that game. Start scoring in big games. If we wanted a striker that only turns up against the bottom half of the table in Arsenal, we would have kept Tammy Abraham. So please,
I'm telling you, that discussion is still there, you know. Tammy or Lukaku, that discussion is still a real one in my opinion.
But all it's telling me is that Serie A has the same tax that Bundesliga has. That's all I'm learning from it.
Possibly.
Now Tammy Abraham's looking like Lukaku, and now Lukaku's looking like Tammy.
Lukaku went full Drake with the interview, man. I can't lie. Like, trips to the carbon.
About Inter Milan like he's his ex-girl. They don't even want him back.
This club for far too long.
Common freestyle. Did I just read Arsenal top four? Top four what? Smallest squads in Europe?
Yeah, Gal saying Arsenal's going to make top four. I mean,
they can't even string 4 midfielders together, let alone getting top four. Like, this is ridiculous.
Listen, we'll see, innit? We'll see. It's going to be interesting.
I genuinely think we've got the best chance out of us, Man United and Arsenal, purely because we're the only ones that actually did business in the window.
And you've got the best manager. I agree with that.
And we've got the best manager out of all three of them. But we are Tottenham Hotspur, so it's
going to be.
We've got some tough games coming up though, because we've got four away games in a row. I think Man City, Burnley, Leeds, Man United, which isn't the easiest away games to do. So I'll let you know after those games where we stand.
Yeah, that is quite difficult.
Lewis, what's happened with the forwards at Chelsea?
They're all shit. Simple as.
Plain and simple. So there you have it, people. That has been a brilliant show. You've had us for about 20-25 minutes longer than you should have, you know what I mean? But it's been epic. It's been fun. Do you know what I mean? Breezy, obviously, debut on the Kopish, but it definitely will not be your last, brother. You know what I mean? Great performance. But let the people know where they can find you, bro.
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube, The Amateur Footballer, on Instagram as well, The Amateur Footballer. I can guarantee I'm the best grassroots centre-back you'll ever witness. Trust me on that. So, hey, that's me in a nutshell.
Big up on the video as well, bro. I'm seeing some of the fouls that happens in Sunday League, and I'm like, I ain't never going back.
Never going back. And he's not even lying. I remember the first ever time I met Breezy was at college, and we didn't know each other. And I obviously, as a striker, I'm going for the ball, and all I heard was "Mine!" And he came diving over me. And I'm talking about maybe 13 to 15 yards out, and he headed it harder than I can volley it. And I turned around and I was like, all right, I'm going to make it through college by being his friend. And the rest is history. Absolute, like, top quality centre-back, the levels of, you know what I mean? So, no, big up, man. The guy, he's got a brilliant platform where he's providing footage and he's showing the world of the unglamorous side of football, which is Sunday League, which is semi-professional amateur football, which a lot of people don't realize is a beautiful place. It's where people who just love the game go, where there's much better players than you think there are, where there's better managers than you think they are. So please go and make sure you support him, guys. Go and show your love.
Yeah. And also as well, I just want to make sure that Sunday League football, amateur football, is the bloodline to the elite. So literally, you will see like a lot of coaches, a lot of managers, a lot of volunteers that have literally seen a lot of these players that are now playing for the elite teams and literally know how to nurture the talent. And again, we're like talking about young men and young women that just love sport. And like football for me gave me escapism, with kind of everything that was going on. It's like for those 90 minutes, 100 minutes, or 120 minutes, I could just compete and
kick people football, up. I know, bro. I know.
You know what I mean? But again, Sunday League football, Saturday League football, non-league. If you can go down to to your local club, go down. Trust me, like it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of entertainment. And hey, like I'm just here just to kind of champion that kind of football community.
Big up, man. And you know what? I feel like this story is so funny. I want to say it, Breezy. Apologies if you don't like me saying this, but he's also a manager. He's actually got a trophy as well. He won as a manager. So big up yourself, bro. And I was at one of his cup games, and he brought this guy on who was itching to come on. The guy was running up and down the touchline like he was warming up. He's like, Gaffer, I'm ready. Breezy was like, all right, go on. Breezy brought him on. He ran on. The corner was taken. The ref blew the whistle. Game over. I have never seen a guy be so angry at his manager in my life. And I thought, you know what? That's when you know you're just doing things to make sure you win. He wasn't good enough, but he let him feel like he was coming on, but he only came on for literally however long it takes to sprint into the box for the corner to be taken. So he's ruthless as well. So make sure you go and support him, guys. He knows what it takes to get it done. And everybody's link is in the description, obviously, as well. Lewis, George, big up as always, boys. You know what I mean? Great show. And we will be back tomorrow for the Kop-Ish call-in show, as always, guys. So make sure you're there from 7 o'clock to have your call-in. And we'll be talking about all the games that are coming up for the midweek as well. We got these crazy fixtures where the Premier League will be back, which we're all thankful for. So again, big up yourselves, everyone on the panel. Great show. And Cal, if you could take us out, bro. And we'll be back tomorrow at 7 p.m, people. Peace.